as you guys know, the news sector in Canada is in crisis. And this contributes to the heightened public mistrust and the rise of harmful disinformation in our society.
So you're okay with the government deciding what's misinformation online and what is not, and potentially fining people for posting something they deem as misinformation?
No, so the government wouldn't. That's what I was saying. Like there needs to be a private, public collaboration when it comes to something like this. Because again, unfortunately, those in power, the lawmakers in power, don't have an idea of how technology works and misinformation. And like you can't have like the watchman sort of watching over that, right?
I mean, people have right to talk about what they believe to be true, so no one's had a right to judge that if that's misinformation or not. Like people choose to believe what they believe, and it's like it's right of speech, free speech, right?
Hey guys, Andrew here. We're at the Yorkville Royal Sonesta waiting for Justin Trudeau to arrive. We want to ask him about the Disinformation Board the Department of Homeland Security developed in the United States, and if he agrees with that. We'll see if we can get a question in. So today we're just asking people about, they just started a Disinformation Governance Board in the United States government. So the government's going to determine what's disinformation online. Would you support something like that in Canada?
It's scary. I understand what they're doing, but it's scary to give them the power to do that.
How do you feel about that?
I feel the same way. I don't want the government telling me what's disinformation or not. I don't trust them, to be honest, quite frankly.
I don't think so.
Why not?
I personally don't have some opinion about that, so probably you can interview someone else.
Well, you said you don't agree with it, though. It's okay, you can tell me. You don't trust the government to decide?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, given a lot of like a chaotic situation, I think it's better for like people to make our own decisions instead of just have like unionize a voice
For sure. If you've got $800, you can go inside tonight, just to let you know.
Oh, that's
So,
fine.
so you're okay with the government deciding what's misinformation online and what is not, and potentially fining people for posting something they deem as misinformation?
No, so the government wouldn't. That's what I was saying. Like there needs to be a private, public collaboration when it comes to something like this. Because again, unfortunately, those in power, the lawmakers in power, don't have an idea of how technology works and misinformation. And like you can't have like the watchman sort of watching over that, right? Because then that comes into like censorship and curbing on free speech. So it's an interesting challenge. So that's why it needs to be probably like outside the purview of the government. Like maybe have an independent board or something. But yeah, I mean the government cannot definitely have full autonomy over this.
Hey, very.
No, unfortunately, I believe in free speech. Period.
So you wouldn't want Justin Trudeau in charge, or his people in charge, of what's disinformation online?
No.
Any other reasons why?
It's too much power within one organization, and I just don't trust that with any organization, with any government.
I don't believe government has rights to do so. I mean, people have right to talk about what they believe to be true, so no one's had a right to judge that if that's misinformation or not. Like people choose to believe what they believe, and it's like it's right of speech, free speech, right?
For sure. Any other reason why you wouldn't want to? Would it be just Justin Trudeau, or any government in general you wouldn't trust?
I say like every government in general, not just one particular, but everyone.
It depends. So you're saying that the government is going to find these people? Or?
Yeah, it's Homeland Security. So
Okay.
that was established like 20 years ago under the Bush administration, I believe. And they have a board now headed by one lady who's going to determine what's disinformation online.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I think that misinformation can be as harmful as anything else. So, I mean, if the government has to take care of it, I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
So do you see any problems with a bias coming from one government? Let's say it was Donald Trump's government versus Justin Trudeau's government. Do you think there would be a bias in either direction?
It will be. I mean, no matter what, regardless of the platform that you post anything, if they are going to be overlooking this kind of thing, there's going to be bias either way. So I don't think there's an issue with that, as long as, I mean, if it's an established institution and it doesn't change every government, so okay, so we mitigate the effects of the bias. But I don't think there's an issue in overlooking what people post online. It's just a matter of having a reliable and trustworthy institution taking care of it.
Okay, thanks a lot. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's
All right,
it.
have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
All right.
I mean, what does that include?
it's pretty vague right now what the definition of misinformation is, but it's online misinformation is what they're saying that they want to combat.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of dangers in that, right? Like how is it managed, and who are the people managing it, right? Like, for the most part, no, I would say. I think I'd be a proponent of free speech, but there's limits to that as well. So I don't know.
So would you be afraid of there being a bias, whether it's a Trudeau government or a Biden or somebody else that maybe you or I don't agree with? Do you think there'd be too much bias for the government to decide what's misinformation?
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course. There's always going to be, like, whoever's managing that is just going to be a political bias. Like, let's just be honest.
Would you be surprised or not surprised if Justin Trudeau tried something like that?
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Okay. And as supporters of Justin Trudeau, do you want to say? You think he would try to implement something like that?
I don't think he tried to implant something like that. I don't think it would go over.
I think he'll test the waters to see if he thinks people will go for it. Then he'll go for it.
Okay, $1,800 to get in there tonight if you guys are interested.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
We're stopping all pedestrians right here.
Okay.
And for the arrival.
For sure. Yeah, I'll just
scream and yell, do whatever you want.
Yep, very cool.
But we're just gonna stop everything in this corner from like pedestrian stuff too.
All right, cool.
We know you're not gonna do anything to hurt someone, but we don't know about pedestrians. So
Right.
we just have to stop everybody.
Oh, no problem.
So just so you know.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
sounds
Thanks.
good.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a question into the Prime Minister. He didn't come through the front entrance. Kind of predictable. Kind of sad from the RCMP that it's that predictable. But in any event, we did get questions into people about the Disinformation Governance Board at Homeland Security in the United States. Thankfully, almost everybody we spoke to here in Canada doesn't want to see that. They think there's too much bias and they don't trust the government to take care of their online content and possibly fine people. Tell us what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys want more coverage on who's going to be going up against Justin Trudeau in the next federal election, go to leadershipreports.ca. Thank you.